Hello everyone, my name is Grant Shagoury and I'm on the product team here at Wasabi Technologies. Today, I'm going to give you an in-depth look at the Wasabi Account Control Manager. Whether you are new to the Wasabi platform or previously familiar, welcome. If you're watching this video on the Wasabi knowledge base or Wasabi website, you can use the button in the bottom right-hand corner of the video player to navigate to different sections. Let's jump right in. If you're watching this, I imagine you are all too familiar with the challenges faced when attempting to manage multiple cloud services accounts. As the primary Wasabi account owner, getting your MSP end users or your individual departments onto a service can be a lengthy process. And if you don't have a way to manage your accounts in one place, it becomes daunting and even confusing. And if you choose to develop your own product to manage your accounts, it increases costs dramatically. This is where the Wasabi Account Control Manager comes in. Wasabi Account Control Manager is purpose-built to ease account management on the Wasabi storage service. MSPs and large customers have a centralized, straightforward platform to help them facilitate end-to-end customer management. This platform simplifies account provisioning, management, and billing and invoicing. To best understand the benefits of the platform, we need to understand how it works. Accounts can be managed by utilizing the Wasabi Account Control Manager or the Wasabi Account Control API. The API is the foundational tool that enables you to manage multiple Wasabi accounts. It is also possible to integrate your existing provisioning and billing systems using this API. However, this integration requires development time and effort that is not suitable for all organizations. The Wasabi Account Control Manager harnesses the power of the Wasabi Account Control API and presents it as a cloud-hosted platform with an easy-to-use graphical user interface. The Wasabi Account Control Manager solution can be used to cut your Wasabi implementation time down to minutes instead of hours and offers a simple process to set up your accounts right away. This means that your Wasabi cloud storage users are up and running faster with less back-end complexity for you to handle. As your cloud storage accounts grow, the Wasabi Account Control Manager is here to make managing accounts as simple as possible. Wasabi Account Control Manager is a cloud-hosted platform that requires no on-premise software and is accessible by web browser, on mobile or desktop. In the platform, you can create trial customers and even extend trials if you think a customer needs more time to make that purchase decision. You can upgrade trial accounts to paid accounts at any time. You can suspend and restore sub-accounts and even reset their API keys. Seen here on the right is the sub-account creation form and all of the options therein. You can go so far as to set the password for your customer or have them reset it themselves. I just mentioned the term sub-account, and you might be asking what exactly that is in regards to Wasabi Account Control Manager. I'm going to explain the hierarchy and roles that are a part of the platform. Control accounts are the primary accounts set up by an MSP or enterprise that oversee sub-account activity and contain user accounts. User accounts are the physical accounts for employees to oversee sub-accounts. These user accounts come in three forms: admins, staff, and viewers. These are provisioned by the control account. Each has different permissions on the platform. More on those permissions later. Sub-accounts are individually provisioned Wasabi storage accounts. This account type does not have access to Wasabi Account Control Manager, only the Wasabi console. Sub-accounts are like regular Wasabi accounts, except that the billing rolls up to the control account. Think of Wasabi Account Control Manager as a beehive. The control account is the hive itself. The user accounts are the queen and other bees fulfilling different roles. The sub-accounts are the flowers outside of the hive managed by the worker bees. The flowers are critical to the existence of the hive. They produce pollen, or storage in this case, but do not directly access the hive. The platform has tabs that users can access, one being for sub-account usage, the other being for invoice data. These tabs allow users to do extensive searching and filtering for specific sub-accounts, invoice periods, usage data, etc. Users can also export this filtered data in a number of different formats at their convenience. Now, onto those user account details. Admins can create other users and perform every action available on the platform. Staff users cannot create other user accounts, but they can take every action associated with managing sub-accounts. Viewers are read-only and exist for auditing, financial reporting, or other roles that do not need to make changes to sub-accounts or user accounts. This slide serves as an easy guide to understanding permissions at the user account level. Feel free to pause here to take a look. Now that you're acquainted with the details, let's jump into the demo of the platform. Welcome to the Wasabi Account Control Manager. Here, we are in the sub-account page, where you'll find a list of all of the sub-accounts and a brief summary of their information and storage usage. Let's take a detailed look at the categories that make up the information. Name is the name you have assigned the sub-account. Account email, the email of the sub-account. Active storage, the quantity of storage the user is actively storing to date. Deleted storage, the quantity of storage the user has deleted to date. Creation date, when was the account created? Trial quota, if the account is on trial, what is their storage quota? Trial expiration, if the account is on trial, when does the trial end? Status, is the account converted, suspended, or on trial? And how long does the trial have left? Now let's cover the filtering of this data. You can filter by status. Filtering by status will allow you to see accounts that are on trial, paid, or suspended. I am going to filter for paid users. Next up, we should export what we filtered. Select Export, choose your format. I'm going to select CSV, and then export it. You should see your file downloading now. Now, let's take a look at the search functionality of the sub-account page. This is pretty straightforward. Users can search for sub-accounts here. I'm going to search for sub-account 7. I was able to find sub-account 7. Let's try making a sub-account. I have pre-filled in some sections here. We could use a dummy email here. This is just a unique identifier to map it to a storage account. No emails will go to that email. There are several options here when setting up the sub-account. You can enable password reset to the email listed. You can require the customer to reset the password. You can enable FTP in addition to S3. We have an FTP interface which receives the data and we convert from FTP to S3. We can also select On Trial, which will set the account to a trial. If this is deselected, the account will automatically be converted to paid. It is important to note here that even when an account starts as a trial, when the trial is up, it will automatically convert to paid. Once you create the sub-account, you can download or copy the keys. For detailed information on the sub-account, we can click into the account. We can see there are 4 tabs here: Usage, Buckets, Invoices, and Account. Let's navigate to the Account tab. In the Account tab, we can include contact and business information about the sub-account. If we scroll down and select the 3 dots, we can reset the API keys or suspend the account. When we suspend the account, the data is intact. Nothing happens to it, the data is just withheld. When you restore the account, the data will be accessible again. Back in the Usage tab, we can learn more about what this user is storing. At the top of the Usage tab, there are data cards with important metrics like total storage and total current objects. In the Buckets tab, we can see detailed usage stats about the buckets. In the Invoices tab, we can learn more about the storage costs that this user is incurring. Now that we've covered the ins and outs of sub-accounts, let's switch to the Invoices tab. This tab is where we see invoice data for standard pay-go accounts. Sub-account billing data is rolled up here and conveniently available per sub-account. Let's briefly walk through the columns here. Sub-invoice number is the sub-account's invoice number. Name is the name of the sub-account you assigned it. Control invoice number is the invoice number that the sub-account is rolled up into, kind of like a master invoice. Invoice period start and invoice period end. Total is the total cost of each of the subtotals. There are subtotals here as well. Active storage total cost, deleted storage total cost, and so forth. Each of these are at the standard pay-as-you-go rate. It is also possible to filter here as well. The filters are different though. We can filter by the name of the sub-account, the control invoice number, and the invoice period. We can also search for the control invoice number, sub-invoice number, and sub-account name. Once again, all of this can be exported in the format of your choice. Let's take a look at the user profile next. Click on the icon of the person in the upper right-hand corner, and then My Profile. There are 3 tabs here: Profile, Account, and Users. The Profile tab is your personal profile. You can customize it with a profile picture, change your name, and add contact information. It also serves a utility function to change your password and enable MFA. The Account tab is Control Account Information. You can add contact and business information here. The Users tab is where you can create more user accounts for your team members. If you recall from before, there are 3 different types: Control Account Admins, Control Account Staff, and Control Account Viewers. Enter their information here and select their role from the drop-down. They will get an email to set up their account and use the platform. That's all there is to the user profile. Thank you for watching this deep dive on the Wasabi Account Control Manager. Please reach out to sales@wasabi.com with any questions you may have about the product.